Hello and welcome to the brand new episode of the show that we call On the Fine Dine. I am Apurv Parthasarthi, and on this show, we showcase to you the fine dine restaurants and lounges in Bangalore straight from their kitchens. Today, we are at Zara on Alsu Road, the tapas bar and restaurant. Let's check it out. And now we are inside the kitchens of Zara, the tapas bar and restaurant on Alsu Road. And we have with us the executive chef himself, Mr. Aji Joseph. Sir, please tell us a little bit about your career.
I started my career in Taj in Bangalore. Now, after my few years of working in Taj in Bangalore, I moved to cruise lines, worked there for some time. Then came back to India, and that was the time our company was starting this new theme restaurant and bar called Zara.
Great, sir. And we have been given to understand that Zara, the tapas bar and restaurant, is quintessentially Spanish cuisine. You know, Spanish only on the cruise liners, or you were cooking all of it?
No, it was a mix of all. It was a mix of Italian, Mexican, continental, Spanish. And then I have worked few years in Spain. So that's how I got the touch of this cuisine.
And now let's get back to the business that we are here for in the first place. So chef, what's cooking for us today?
Today we are going to cook two dishes from the tapas section. One is a gambas al pilpil, that's in Spanish. In English, you say prawns cooked in white wine and garlic with chilies in it.
With chilies in it.
Yes.
So it's gambas al pilpil, and it's prawns cooked in?
And olive oil, white wine, and chilies or chili flakes, what we call them.
Okay, great. Just can't wait to see you started on that. All right, Raji, I see that you've just taken an earthenware kind of a utensil for this. So could you tell us more about this?
That's true. This is an earthenware. This is where I'm going to cook the prawn. This is a very traditional, very authentic way of cooking prawn in Spain. This dish is called like cazuela in Spanish.
Cazuela.
Cazuela. Okay. Maybe in English, could call it a ramekin.
Okay.
But then it's called a cazuela, wherein the prawns and olive oil, everything is cooked in it and served in the same bowl. So it's kind of cook and serve dish.
Okay, so this is cazuela in Spanish and ramekin in English. And does it give any special flavors onto the dish that we're making?
That's the reason behind people cook in this, because the flavor is retained in the dish as it is, rather than cooking in a pan and then transferring it to a different dish. But when you cook in this and serve in it, the complete flavor, everything is remained in the dish.
Wonderful. Let's get started, sir. Okay, now that's slightly bigger than a tablespoon kind of a thing of oil, right?
Olive oil.
And it's virgin, extra virgin olive oil?
Yeah, you could use both. You could start off with a virgin olive oil, and then in the finishing stages you can add a spoon of extra virgin olive oil and finish off the dish.
Wonderful.
What I've added is olive oil at the moment. And what people usually do is you add all the ingredients at one shot and cook as it is. But I prefer to have olive oil to be heated up and then add the garlic, saute it for a few minutes or few seconds, and then rest of the ingredients. So that you don't get a raw flavor of garlic, unless otherwise if you are cooking all together.
Okay. So that's like doing garlic well done. Is that the way?
It's a slightly, you call it a translucent form of it.
Okay.
Not brown, but then little before golden brown kind of.
Oh, great. It smells nice already, yeah. I see a lovely color coming to the garlic there from the olive oil.
Stepping into the groove. Stepping into the groove.
All right, Aji. Now we see the lovely color coming to the garlic. What's next?
The next is going to be the prawns, which is going to be added into this. So we're going to add the prawns to it. Now we have the prawns added to it, and to this we will add white wine.
Okay.
So it is cooked in garlic, olive oil and white wine.
Any specific reason why you use only white wine for prawns?
Usually the white wine goes well with the seafood, and people say even though the red wine is for the red meats and things like that, and the white wine for the white meats and seafood. But then again, these days people still change between use red wine for the white meats, but then for seafood it is always better to have white wine. So now we are adding the white wine.
And how much of white wine would that be?
For I would say around 10 numbers of prawns, around 25 ml of white wine,
Okay.
and 25 ml of olive oil. That would be. To this, we're gonna add some chili flakes. These are chili flakes. So these are red dry chilies, which is crushed, and we're gonna add little to the dish, which gives a little spiciness to the dish.
And this can be more if someone prefers it spicier?
Yeah, someone prefers to be spicy, you can always add extra red chilies, or if you wanted to a Indian flavor to it, maybe you can replace with green chilies.
And chef, as you said, we can always add more chili flakes if someone would prefer it spicier, but will that addition of extra chili flakes mess around with the wine that we have added?
It wouldn't mess around with the wine, but then again, you might lose the actual flavor of the prawn. You might be tasting only more of chilies rather than the flavor of the prawn and olive oil and garlic. It is better to have lesser flavoring to the dish so that you get the actual taste of the meat or whatever you are in it. When you are adding extra chilies and extra flavorings, you tend to lose the flavor of the actual dish, actual ingredient of the dish. So it is better to have a milder flavoring rather than to have a very spicier thing into it.
Exactly. So we don't want to cloud the entire meat with so much of addition of spice and other seasoning that it loses its very natural taste.
That is true, very true. Now the prawn is half done. You can see them bubbling, and this is the way it goes to the table.
Oh, yes.
We have left this. We haven't added the salt to it. We have added salt to the dish.
That's probably lesser than a pinch.
Lesser than a pinch. And the final thing which gonna come into this is some chopped parsley.
Oh, wonderful. That smells so good, Aji.
This is the chopped parsley, which is the final ingredient which goes into this.
And is that the only seasoning we have for this?
Yeah, this is the only thing, because chili flakes is already there and salt is already added, and this is only the final thing which comes into the dish. And it goes to the table as it is.
In the same pot that we cooked it in?
Yes, that's true. Even when it reaches the table, you can see this olive oil and garlic bubbling inside the pot. So that is one reason it is called pilpil.
Pilpil.
Yeah, pilpil is some version of the splattering of olive oil in the dish.
Okay.
That is the name, the reason behind the name Gambas al Pilpil.
So the way it sounds is the way it looks.
That's true, very true.
Okay. And I'm sure all our viewers want to know how long does it usually take, to make it at home.
If you have fresh, clean prawns in hand, it hardly takes, as you have seen, around 5 minutes or 8 minutes. It's the time which the prawn gets cooked. It's around 6 to 7 minutes. You can have this dish at home.
And this would be in the main course, or this is an entree or a tapas?
This is not a main course. This is a tapas. You can have it as a main course if you add a little extra prawn to it. You can have it as a main course. But then the thing about this is it only comes like this, along with a slice of bread. A slice of bread, which is after eating the prawns, the juices remains in the bowl. And what people do is, along with the bread, what we serve with this, that is dipped into that liquid, and the bread is eaten. So it can be a meal by itself if the portion is little bigger. But then actually we serve it as a starter.
Wonderful. And for all our viewers who are thinking, what exactly does tapas mean? Now, tapas in Spanish is the same what we know as entrees or hors d'oeuvres. In plain English, it's starters. So I think we're ready with this dish, right?
we are ready with this. Only the missing part of this is a slice of garlic bread.
Okay.
That is the one which people after eating, consuming the prawn, the liquid is dipped in the bread is dipped in the liquid and they eat as part of the meal.
Okay.
So that is the one thing which is missing now. We'll get that bread made now.
Okay. All right, and as the whole area in this kitchen is redolent with the aroma of the gambas al pilpil, chef is going ahead and getting the French loaf bread cut for the garlic bread.
So
But-
this is a French loaf, which we slice it and toast it, and it goes as part of the meal. I mean, part of the prawn. So this bread can be the slices of bread. We toast it and serve it along with the cassouela of prawns. So people can dip this bread in the liquid of the prawn cooked liquid and have it. That's how we serve it here, and that's how it is served in Spain.
Wonderful. And now, as the prawns get the final touches, chef, I think the garlic bread almost toasted.
Yeah, garlic bread is getting toasted in a salamander. And now what I'll do is I'll present you how we present it in the restaurant.
Oh, wonderful. All right, viewers, now you could see the way you could do this at home for your guests as well, so that they know you're doing original, authentic tapas.
So you can still see this spluttering of olive oil in the cassouela pan.
I do, and I just can't tell you what the aroma smells like.
And now what is missing here is the garlic toast. The bread is ready, and here comes. So these are 2 slices of bread and a slice of lemon wedge. If people wants to be a little more tangy, they can squeeze a lime into this, and this is the final dish of gambas al pilpil.
So lemon and prawn in Spain would be a good combination if someone wants a tangy, right?
Yes, that is true. Yeah.
Great. All right, viewers, that's gambas al pilpil for you, and I can't even wait to dig into it. So I'm gonna ask the chef for a fork, and this looks yummy, absolutely yummy, and I'm sure it's not too spicy. It's got the perfect seasoning around. With the garlic bread and a little bit of lemon into it, it's going to bring on the flavors of the prawn itself, since Chef Aji did not cloud it with too much of spice. And I'm sure you would want me to take a look at this. Oh, not spicy. It's more hot than it's spicy. That's a brilliant dish, chef.
Thank you. Hope you enjoyed it.
Absolutely, and I'm going to finish the whole of this in some time.
Are you getting the flavor of?
I can
garlic?
smell it, I can taste it, and it's going to retain till tomorrow. And I'm going to try this over the next weekend at my place. The best part is actually that this is so simple to make. Hardly 5 minutes, probably another 2 for the garlic bread.
That's true.
And it's something that's the fastest to cook that I've seen in the Spanish cuisine. So tapas, I'm sure our executive chef would agree, it's very simple and very easy to cook. Anyone can do it, right, chef?
Anyone can do it. You need to have some prawns and olive oil and garlic.
Now that was the delicious gambas al pilpil, which is basically prawns cooked in white wine and olive oil. It was yummy. All right, chef, so shall we start on the croquettes?
Yeah. And the first thing we need to make is mashed potatoes. To make mashed potatoes, we need to boil the potatoes, boil in such a way that it can be mashed with a potato masher. So what I'm going to show you is a already mashed potato. I mean a boiled potato, not a mashed one. I'll show you a mashed potato, boiled potato. This is the potato which is already boiled.
Okay.
So once it is boiled, you can peel off the skin as easily as you can see.
Yep.
And peel off all the skin, and there should not be any remains of skin on the boiled potatoes.
Now this potato can be boiled in water and as well as in microwave, right? So what do you recommend?
It is preferably in water.
Okay.
And in the potatoes to be immersed fully in water, add salt to it and boil it.
Stepping into the groove.
Right, chef. Another thing is these potatoes can be boiled so that they can be mashed later, in preferably in water or in the microwave. What would you recommend?
I would prefer to have my potatoes boiled in water. You immerse the potatoes, cover the potatoes with water and keep it on stove and boil it. And the best way to check whether the potatoes are cooked enough for a mashed potato is once it is in boiling water, you pierce a stick into it, and when you raise that stick, the potato should fall off the stick.
Okay.
When it comes off the stick without any pressure, it means the potato has been boiled well.
And we can also use a toothpick for this.
Yeah, you can use a toothpick, you can use a satay stick.
This is called a satay stick.
This is satay stick.
Okay, easily available, chef?
Easily available in the supermarket.
Okay, that's the satay stick for you to check if your potato has been perfectly boiled so that it can be mashed easily.
And the next process is peel off the skin, which I have shown you. It is easily, once it is boiled, the potato skin comes off easily. And once peeling off the skin, what we do is mash those potatoes with a potato masher. And this is how a potato masher looks like.
Okay.
So what we do is we peel these potatoes, put it into this and mash it finely.
Okay.
And what you get is this.
Okay, that's the end product of what you might have begun with to mash your potatoes. All right. That absolutely looks like a kid's play, because nowadays you get mashed potatoes in packed foods. People buy them thinking that getting mashed potatoes is
These days you get mashed potato flakes. You just need to add water or milk or cream to it and make a mashed potato. But then it doesn't give as the freshness, as the taste of a regular fresh boiled potato, mashed potato.
So it's always better to make it this way, and pretty simple as well.
It is very simple. You just boil the mashed potatoes and mash it to this, and you have the mashed potatoes ready. To this, what you need to do is add the seasoning, the salt and white pepper.
All right, chef. Now that's a wonderful tip that you have given, and for all of you who thought that making mashed potatoes was a task in itself, you have been proven wrong. So you can do it at home, as easy as a child's play. All right, what are we doing next, chef?
Now we need to season this mashed potatoes. Simple thing, season with salt and white pepper. So what we do is add some salt, and this is some white pepper.
And white pepper is preferred.
It retains the same color. If you add black pepper to it, the color of mashed potatoes you would see specks of black pepper here and there.
Okay.
So we prefer to have white pepper added to this, and mix it well so that the salt is added well and mixed well, so that you wouldn't get salt in one side and the other side part of the croquettes is without salt.
Okay.
So this is going to be the final mashed potato, which we're going to fill it with spinach.
Spinach, right.
To make the spinach, what we need to do is we need to blanch the spinach in water, in the same way what you boil the potatoes, but then spinach, as it is green, we need to retain the color. So what we do is we boil the water, add spinach to it, and in few seconds we remove the water and chill it with ice, so that spinach retains the color.
All right.
And that blanched spinach, we have chopped it, and this is how it looks.
Okay.
What we need to do with this is we need to saute this. When I mean saute, add onion and garlic and oil to this, and add to this and the seasonings. And then this is going to be the filling for the spinach croquettes.
All right. Sounds very interesting. And for all of you whom spinach never worked in life and you are not fans of Popeye, definitely, this would be a better way of having it. The spinach croquettes, right?
Shall we start?
Absolutely, sir. All right, so we see some more olive oil coming into the pan.
That's true. We're going to saute the spinach with garlic and chopped onions. First goes olive oil in. Then to this we add the chopped onions.
Always love that sound of onion crackling in the oil.
And the garlic goes in. We saute this for a few seconds till it is slightly golden brown. And to this we add our blanched chopped spinach.
Okay. And this is just chopped raw. It's not boiled or anything, right?
It is blanched. This is dipped in hot water and the hot water is removed.
Okay.
So it is already cooked. So you just need to cook this garlic and onions and add to the spinach and the seasonings. Seasonings here, we're gonna put black pepper. And salt.
Okay. So spinach, as a leafy vegetable, never needs to be boiled per se. It can just be dipped in hot water and it's done, right?
Yeah, all the green vegetables, we don't call it blanch. It's boiled. I mean, we blanch them. It is almost like dipping in hot water, boiling water, and removed. So in the same way, the spinach is blanched, wherein the water is boiled. Once the water is boiled, you add in the spinach, and in few seconds we take off the hot water. We transfer the spinach into a cold water so that it chills down faster.
Okay.
The longer the spinach stays in the hot water, the green color goes away.
Okay.
So it becomes dark browner and browner. Now the basic two ingredients for the spinach croquettes is ready. One is the mashed potatoes and other is the sauteed spinach.
Okay.
Now what we do is, need to do now is make small mashed potato dumplings. Dumplings are small little balls.
Yep.
And flatten. After making those dumplings, you flatten them with your hand, and then fill this with the sauteed spinach.
Okay.
I'll show you how do we make a potato dumpling. This is our actual mashed potato. Okay, so you roll it into a small ball with the help of your palm and fingers.
Yeah.
These are small mashed potato dumplings, and then you flatten it with your other hand and
Okay.
roll it like this. Make a small depression in the middle,
Okay.
and you fill that space with little spinach, sauteed spinach. Now you bring back the dumpling back into the same shape with the spinach in the middle.
Okay. So that it's not seen.
It's neat. It's completely concealed inside.
Okay.
Now you see it's only mashed potato dumplings, but the spinach is there inside.
Okay.
Now what we do is we dip it in a batter.
Okay.
Before we need to crumb this, so the crumb should stick to this. So we need to dip it in a batter.
Okay.
If it is a non-vegetarian dish, what we do is dip it in an egg batter.
All right.
As it is a vegetarian, what we do is we make a batter with water and flour.
Okay. And what flour would you use?
Flour in the sense refined flour or maida, it's called.
All right.
So we make a batter, and what we do is this is the batter.
Okay.
This is the flour and water batter, which we're gonna dip our dumplings in it.
Okay.
So we completely cover this with this batter
Okay.
and remove it and drop it in fresh breadcrumbs.
Fresh breadcrumbs.
Yeah. When I say fresh breadcrumbs, these are not breadcrumbs which we usually get it in market where you can buy.
Yeah.
Those breadcrumbs are invariably made with old stale bread.
Correct.
Usually it is going to be brown in color. What we do is we make with fresh bread, and we don't use the sides of the bread. That's the reason you see them as white as it can get.
Yes. And is it very difficult to make this at home, or you can just buy it from outside? You just said you would get a different thing outside.
Outside, what you get, the breadcrumbs, what you get outside is not white in color. It is always brown because they don't use the fresh bread or a fresh bread to make a breadcrumbs. They always use as a bread which cannot be consumed as a bread. So then they'll make it into breadcrumbs and sell it. So preferably it is easy to make breadcrumbs at home. You just need to buy bread, remove the sides and use only the middle part of it.
Okay.
And this how it's going to look like after crumping. This is how it looks.
It looks like a rasgulla to me.
So now what we do is, this is the crumb product, and we just fry them in hot oil.
Okay.
Stepping into groove. Stepping into the groove.
Do the sauce for the croquettes?
That's true. We need to make the sauce for the spinach croquettes. That is nothing but the main ingredients are mayonnaise. You can add the mayonnaise to this, and it's a blended sauce.
Okay.
This is the plain mayonnaise what you get. You can buy it in market. You can
So when you mean blended, there's no heating and all involved, right?
no. It is only a mix of few ingredients together and put it in a mixie and blend it well. And the next one is a little garlic.
Okay.
Then little
Looks like paprika.
paprika powder.
Okay.
And to this add few drops of Tabasco.
All right.
Tabasco or a capsicum sauce. You get it capsicum here. This is imported from US. Called a few drops of that, and the whole thing you put it in a blender and blend it fine to a very fine paste.
Okay.
And the final product, once you blend it, what you get is this.
Okay.
This is gonna be in this color, and this is gonna be the accompaniment for the spinach croquettes.
Okay.
So once the sauce is ready, we're gonna fry our spinach croquettes, which is already ready. We have made it. We're gonna fry them, and then we'll present it in a plate as we present it here in Zara.
Oh, wonderful.
Now what we do is we fry the spinach croquettes, which is already crumbed and ready, 5 pieces of them, and this is our deep fat fryer, wherein we fry our things what we need to be fried. And even though we don't have it at home, what we do regular frying, maybe in a pan or whatever pan we have, the regular oil is put in and we fry it same like we do our vadas or we'll do our papadums.
All right. So I'll give you some space. I love the sound. And just look at those dumplings, if I could also call them, the croquettes. Oh, they already are getting a golden brown color. That's pretty soon. So I'm sure the oil is like really, really hot right now.
The oil is really hot and you need to have a golden color all around the place.
Okay.
You just leave it like this. What's gonna happen is one side is gonna get good color and the other side is not gonna be in a golden color.
So we need to be rolling this all the time.
That's true.
All right, so now as you can see, we have our croquettes ready. They look absolutely gorgeous, the golden brown color of them.
So this is the spicy mayonnaise which I have put it in a squeezy bottle,
Okay.
and we just pipe the sauce in the plate as a decoration.
All right, that's Spanish fine arts for you. Wonderful.
So you have this spicy mayonnaise on the bottom of the plate, and you have 4 plus 1, 5 numbers of spinach croquettes,
Okay.
and as a small garnish, we'll have a small
Spring onion.
spring onion leaf into this. So this is how we present our spinach croquettes.
I can't wait to. That's brilliant. Now, before I just dig into that, I'm totally astonished by the fact that each dish that you doled out for us has hardly taken 5 to 7 minutes. Is Spanish cooking that easy a task?
The time varies from dish to dish. The maximum time we take for a tapas to be served in our restaurant into the table from the time order is taken and the time it comes to the table, it would vary from 8 minutes to 12 minutes. 12 is the maximum time which you take for a starters which comes into the restaurant, and for a main course we might take around 18 to 20 minutes. It's true.
Oh, that's wonderful. And now I'm just going to try this out. I need to find myself a fork around, and this sauce looks so colorful yet very subtle. It's got the perfect spiced mayonnaise color to it, and if you see, this is the first kind of a presentation for any entree or a serve that I've ever seen, which has a cluster of spheres, you know, and this is brilliant. With your permission, chef.
Please.
Okay, I need to balance the decoration that we have over here. And is this going to be really hot now, or?
Not really.
Okay. Potato is a very dangerous proposition unless you have checked the temperature. So be very careful when you dig into a freshly made potato starter, main course, whatever. Okay, I can see the spinach, and I'm gonna, wrap it around in the sauce over here, which is the spiced mayonnaise that we made earlier, right, chef? Okay. That's awesome. That's really nice.